Hey legends, and welcome back to Our Salty Life. In this episode, we pack up from Scarborough and we finally head north. We're off to Sandy Cape, a place that we truly love. And we get the boat out. The little True Kid got to have a little pop at sherry in the Western Australian waters, so join us for that. In this episode, Lee also takes you for a tour around Sandy Cape and teaches you how to maximise the booking system. So hook into that, sit down, grab yourself a drink and strap in for Our Salty Life.
When we left you at Scarborough, we were headed to Sandy Cape to sit out a week of waiting for the results of Oz's medical tests. To say it was a long week is an absolute understatement, and at the end of the week we still didn't have any answers and had to wait another 2 weeks. We've now got the results of those tests, and so rather than make you wait until Coronation Beach, we share those results with you at the end of this video. So stick around and find out what's going on with Oz. It's going to be really windy today, but I'm out taking Oz for a bit of a stroll along the beach in the morning. There's so much seaweed, but aside from the seaweed, it's so beautiful. The water, you can see the water behind me, so clear and blue. The sky is so blue.
Wasn't I meant to lie in your arms here for a while? I'm alive and I take you in. I've been falling, when I reach out, you will hold on. Was it a rainbow falling? Was it a rainbow falling? When I touch you, it will break through. Was it a rainbow falling? Was it a rainbow falling? Oh, was it a rainbow falling?
We finally got to pop the West Australian cherry for our Salty Life True Kit boat. And typical of us, yeah, it just didn't go as planned. We got into the water at Sandy Cape, but only to find out that we'd spun our prop. So when we were back in South Australia, I must have hit the bottom or a little bit of kelp, and it blew the hub out of the prop. So we had to do an emergency run back down to Jurien Bay. The guys down there were fantastic. Didn't have anything in stock, but ordered it in and got it up there nice and fast. But we still got to play and have a little bit of explore around South Australia with so much more to come. Keep tuned in to see what the True Kids Salty Life gets up to.
We had a couple of cracker days of sunshine and low wind. Check out that water. We set up camp by the beach and just enjoyed our time in the water. So we're camped on site 68 and This is the site that we were on last year when we were here, so it was really good to know that we fitted and that we could book it and it was available. It was really good just driving in after a big day on the road to actually just go straight to our site. We didn't have to drive around, check for a site, check that we could fit, hope that there was going to be a vacancy. So that is one advantage of now being able to book your sites here at Sandy Cape. But anyway, let me take you on a bit of a tour around the campground. We didn't go and have a look at the north or the south campgrounds, so this is just going to be a bit of a tour of the main campground. So each site now has a number so that you can check which site you're on. We also were on 75 last year, which was good. However, you've got the access point here to the boat launching area, so there was a lot of traffic going past all the time. Again, some good sites here if you were in a group of two, 76 and 75, 7. All right, site 81 is probably one of my favourites. It's really big and private, and you've got direct beach access there. You've got some another site here, 82, and 83 over there is another ripper that has direct beach access, big deep site, so you can get in there, no worries. These people have parked nose in so that they're opening out their awning to the beach. This is 2 sites here, site 83 and 84. No, it's only 1 site, 84. That's a pretty big site. You'd fit a couple of people on that. But over here in the centre of this camp area, you've got gas barbecues, picnic tables, can and bottle recycle bin, and some shade. So I think that site 81 would be my pick next time we came. So you've got sites 79 and 80 there that are not on the beach, they're away from the beach. Wouldn't be my preference, but you know what, if it was all you could get, you'd do it, wouldn't you? Scattered around the campground are eco toilets, so they're drop toilets up there. You can see a pretty easy walk from our camp. We're self-contained, so we don't need it. This is site 67. I think this one is a ripper as well. It's massive, so you would fit so many people in here. So really big. You can see that direct access to the beach. It does have some shade later in the afternoon, so when the sun sets in the west, those trees provide some nice shade, but you would get good solar still during the day. So again, I could even choose this one over site 81. Good site. Bit windy. So once upon a time at Sandy Cape, you could just turn up here without a booking and it was first in, first served. Great system, it worked well, but the stress was that you'd get here and you didn't know whether you were going to get a campsite or not, and they had a 4-day limit on your stay as well. It's recently been changed, and so you can't just turn up anymore. You need to have a booking. There are signs as you come in on the road to tell you that, but if you get here and you don't have a booking, this is the place where you kind of need to pull up and hope that you've got some signal so that you can get onto the website, see if you can get something. So this is the information bay, and I'll just give you a bit of an idea of what's here. So at the information bay, like, there's a whole lot of signs that will give you some data on where you can fish, what you can do around here, a bit about the park, about the Shire, and there is this a QR code here that you can use to jump online and see if you can find yourself a site. So yeah, no more just rocking up and hoping for the best. The other thing is that there is a dump point here, and there's a plenty of rubbish bins as well. So no excuses to take everything out with you. Leave only footsteps. Anyway, it's really worth the stay. We now can book for 9 nights, and at least you rock up and you know you've got a site, and if you've been here before or you've studied the map, you can actually be sure that you're going to have a great site that gives you direct beach access. So to access the Sandy Cape booking system, you firstly need to go to the Space to Co website and go to the Sandy Cape main campground. There are 3 different campgrounds for Sandy Cape, but we're just focusing on the main campground here. If you scroll down, you can see there's a bit of information there, but to see what's available, click on the View Hosts Accommodation button, and you can see, if you scroll down to the bottom of the page here, there is 16 pages of available campsites to look at. We want to filter it for large caravans only, so if I click on that, I then have only 12 pages to look at of campsites that are available. You can put in here your selected dates. So if you are hard and fast on the dates that you want to go to Sandy Cape, you'd put in your dates there. It's a maximum 9-night stay, so you can't go any longer than that or it won't show you anything as being available. So you can see here I've put in 10 nights and it's saying no results available. So I changed that to 9 nights. And now if I have a look at it, there are so many campsites that are available for those dates that I've selected. I could choose any one of those. I know that site 75 is a good one. I can click on that. Gives me some photos of the campsite and it shows me the map so that I can just double check that that is the campsite that I want to book. Once I'm happy with the campsite that I've found that's available, I click over here and put my check-in date in. This is another way that you can see availability, because you can look month by month at the green dots to know if this campsite is actually available to book. So I'll put in my selected dates, my start date and my end date, and start booking. And a template comes up to ask a few questions. So you need to fill those questions in. Once you've filled those in, the price that you're required to pay comes up there on the right-hand side. And you can finalise your booking by hitting continue and then put your credit card details in. So that's a pretty easy way to see what's available and book a campsite. The other thing you can do, if you're more concerned about the campsite rather than the dates, you can select to show all of the sites, including those that are not available for the dates that you've put in. And then you could go navigate to the site that you actually want. So let's say in this example, we want to stay on site 67. We go to site 67, we can see that there's some availability. Might not be for the exact dates we originally wanted, but if we're flexible, we can adjust our dates around that. So we can, again, select the dates that we want, click on the campsite, have a look at it, go down to the booking, put in the dates again, have a look on the calendar, what blocks of dates are actually available. So you can see most of the weekends are actually booked out, but there is a block of dates there that I can get 9 nights for. So I want to book that, and we'll head to Sandy Cape on the 26th of April or 29th of April instead. So you can either search just by dates, or if you have a campsite in mind, you can look at dates that particular campsite's available. Hey guys, we have got an update on Oz's health, and it's good news. We got a call from the vet late last night. The results of his pathology have come back, and the good news is it's actually not cancer. He has got a progressive immune disease called reactive systemic histiocytology, something.
He's got a disease.
Histocytosis, I think it is. But it can be managed, we hope, for the most part, using steroids and anti-inflammatory drugs. He's got a non-specific inflammatory bowel disease that we'll manage through diet. But the great news is that he is back to normal himself. He's eating, pooing, got lots of energy, he's very happy, just happy to be with us, and we are just stoked that it's not cancer. It's apparently a really rare condition, and it mimics cancer under the microscope, and so that's why it can be easily mistaken for cancer. But the extra tests that they did showed that it wasn't, that it's actually this other thing. It affects the skin and the liver, which is why we're seeing the stuff on his liver. We have to have some more tests done, more bloods done once we get to Broome in a few months' time. But in the meantime, it's just all systems normal for Oz. So thank you so much for all of the messages that we've had and people asking how he's doing and how we're doing. It's been a really stressful 5 weeks of wondering how long we've got for him. With him, but we've got him for a lot longer now. So we are heading north. The travels continue. Here comes our salty life.
Yoo-hoo!
Ready to go to our next adventure, aren't you, buddy? We can go for a drive. We are. We'll see where we land today. That's a wrap for Sandy Cape. We are heading off now, making our way to Geraldton, where we're going to spend at least a few days, and we'll see you there.